All right, hello class. It's good morning for me right now, but whatever time you're saying, watching this video, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Today we're working on activity 1.7, which we're going to start working on our first, this is going to help us go to our first writing kind of essay. Okay, so what we're going to do today, we're going to brainstorm a personal incident about a change that develop a narrative. Establish a sequence of events and use organization to plan the details for a narrative, and write dialogue, that's people talking, and commentary. That's just like when you see people that, like on a football game, those are called commentators, the people that are telling you what's happening during the game. That's what they're commenting on the game. So this would be like comments on each individual event that happened during this incident. Okay, so today we're going to brainstorm ideas of things that you could write about. We're going to start, well, this is the whole writing process. So this is going to be kind of the planning and pre-writing stuff today, and which will help us get to the rest of the part of our essay. But in a normal writing process, planning and pre-writing, then we go to drafting, then we revise and edit. Okay, so difference between revising and editing, kids get this sometimes confused. Revising is changing words, phrases, sentences, and ideas to make your writing better. And editing is what most people think of. They're just looking for spelling, punctuation. Did you have too many spaces here? Should you have indented? Those are all the editing things. So, and that's part of the writing process. All right, so here's the brainstorming, the first part of the brainstorming graphic organizer here. So you'll list as many things as you can. So the more things you have, the better in all these boxes. In what ways has your life changed since first grade? So there should be a lot of things in there. In what ways has your life changed since last year? How might your life change during the current school year? And what types of changes might occur when you become a teenager? Okay, so make sure you fill out those boxes. You'll see why it'll help you. These just keep adding on top of each other, the activities here. Okay, number 2, what words, phrases, and images show the kinds of changes you and your classmates have faced? We might do a breakout session for this one, we'll see. Interview your classmates and make a list of each of the 5 areas. In what ways have your hobbies changed, your beliefs? Okay, that could be something as simple as, I don't believe in the tooth fairy anymore, or now you've changed your beliefs on your favorite sports team. Okay, it doesn't have to be, most people when they see beliefs, they think religious beliefs, and that doesn't necessarily mean that's not the only thing that can change there. Appearance, what you look like. So now you're taller, you have longer hair or shorter hair, or whatever. There's all kinds of things that have changed in your appearance. Your school, we all have that one. We've changed to a new school. And new responsibilities. So now you're in charge of making dinner on Tuesdays, or you can babysit your little brother, or those kind of responsibilities. Okay. Number 3, think about the narratives that we have read. So we've read several of them. And how the writers created a story around an incident. An incident is just something that happened. It doesn't have to be something bad. It's just something that happens. So here's the topics that have been common on this project in the past. A special trip that your family made. A lot of kids do an injury, so if you broke your leg or your arm or something, that can be a fun story to retell. Getting a new pet is a common one. Moving is a common one, so you moved houses, hopefully not just across the street or something that's not very exciting, but probably from one town to another. Other big life changes, people have written about their parents getting divorced, which happens and is not a fun thing to talk about, so this doesn't have to be something bad. So most of the things I listed before were good things besides the injury one. Okay, so those are kind of 5 big topics that people do. So unfortunately, I can't tell you what to do because I don't know your whole life. So if you have problems thinking of things that you could write about, so this will turn into an essay, a personal narrative. But right now we're doing activities to help us get that far. Okay, so if you can talk to your mom or dad or your sister or your cousin or whoever to see if you can come up with some ideas on. So this is just a list of ideas that you could possibly choose. Then when you have chosen one out of that list, so if you have 3 or 4 or 5, you could ask your mom, hey, which one do you think would be best for me to write about in a story? And then you would write that incident, the thing that happened, and then you're going to write events that happen in the beginning of that event, events that happen in the middle, and events that happen at the end. So try and have 3 in each. So 3 events in the beginning, 3 events in the middle, 3 events in the end. Okay, so if it was me breaking my arm, okay, it would be I woke up on a Thursday morning and I didn't know what would be how my day would end. And then you're jumping on the trampoline and I tried to do a crazy flip, and then I fell down and came wrong, and my arm bent the wrong way. So then the events in the middle, I ran into my house, that kind of thing. Okay, and then at the end, I have a cast on. My life is hard for the next little bit. And then just as another thing to help you think about your events. All these, make sure you can answer all of these questions. You can put little, I know these are individual lines, but it's, so like what time and place, what happened, any dialogue that you can remember. Obviously, it's not going to be word for word. Okay. And then I will make a separate video talking about this memory map. Okay, because that deserves its own video. So for right now, you're pre-writing. This is going to be an activity that we're going to, usually we made a poster in class, but I think I'm going to change it this time, and we're going to make a memory map into a PowerPoint. So I'm going to need to do some work so I can show you exactly what that looks like. Okay, so right now it's just the pre-writing phase, but it's important that you do a good job there, because if you do the hard work first, then this memory map will be easy. All right, thanks guys.